Yeah, so you really didn't need to know all of that to appreciate the story. Uh, Something strange is happening to me. We're at Conrad's vacation house, a sprawling mansion that orbits the gas giant Hades 3. His father owns both the house and the planet. Conrad is in the living room watching sports. His girlfriend, Alyssa, is standing by the mirror in the bathroom, fixing her hair. Her friend, Kat, is sitting near the bay windows, watching the stars and the roiling vermeil clouds on the world below. Dylan is in the kitchen, mixing drinks. Brad is slouched on the sofa, watching everyone with a lazy smile. And I don't know which one of them I am. Perception shifts. A few moments of Alyssa running my fingers through silky hair. A moment of Dylan using my knife to slice lines for the drinks. A moment of Kat feeling awe of those looming bands of color, of those constantly churning swirls that look so majestic and make me feel so insignificant. Then Conrad, pride at my team's success, at my father's wealth. Then Brad, I feel quite smart. It's starting to work, I tell them. You can all feel it, can't you? Dylan comes in from the kitchen with the drinks. I hand one of them to Conrad, who thanks me, and one to Kat, who takes it silently. Feel what? I ask. Brad gestures to the smoldering bowl at the center of the coffee table, at the calypsarian pipe, and whatever that shit was we've been all smoking. Something very strange is happening to me, Kat says. Brad ignores her. You see, I had this idea a few weeks ago. Dylan and I were talking politics, and he brings up this thing about Rawls. Conrad sighs and orders the computer to take a break. I want to watch the end of the game, but this is starting to feel really weird. Alyssa comes out of the bathroom looking gorgeous, as always. I sit down on the couch next to Conrad. What's going on, Brad? I ask. What was that stuff you gave us to smoke? Just sit and listen, Brad says. All will become clear. Conrad turns to Dylan. Who's Rawls? John Rawls, I explain, puzzled about where this is going. 20th century. He tried to revive the social contract theory, which states that the only fair laws are those that everyone can agree to. Whatever. Alyssa tosses her hair. Someone get me another drink. Conrad holds up a hand to her. Quiet, I say. I want to hear this. Dylan shrugs and keeps going. The problem with the social contract is that people don't agree. Slave owners think that slavery is fair, slaves don't. So Rawls envisions a hypothetical situation in which the two of them don't know who is who. But behind this veil of ignorance, neither would support slavery, knowing that he himself might be the slave. I start to see where this is going, and finish. Once self-interest is cancelled out, it turns out that they agree on principle. Kat interrupts. Brad, will you cut the shit and tell us what's going on? I say. Why can't I tell who I am? Then Dylan starts to answer my question in that patronizing tone of his. Don't you see, he says. We've been put behind a veil of ignorance ourselves. Very good, Brad nods at him. A few weeks ago, I was hanging out with this calypsarian dealer on Farguard board. Alyssa frowns. Which ones are they? I ask softly. Calypsarians. The purple ones, Kat says. From Oropili, with the tentacles, 3 yellow eyes. Oh yeah, I say. Conrad elbows me. Quiet. And we were totally trashed, talking about politics and metaphysics and philosophy, etc., etc. And I start telling this calypsarian about this veil of ignorance idea, and it says it's got some stuff that can do that. So it sells me this. Why? Dylan asks. My word hands there, alone in the silence for a few moments. Well, look, Brad says. This band of friends, if that's what you want to call us, is broken. We all know it, but no one wants to say it. Well, I said it. He levels his finger at Conrad. Conrad treats his girlfriend like shit. He also treats Dylan like shit. That is, unless Dylan starts picking on one of the girls, in which case Conrad gangs up with him. And of course, he finishes, everyone treats me like shit all the time. Conrad does not treat me like shit. Alyssa says, offended. Quiet, he tells her. I thought this might clear the air, Brad says. Behind our very own veil of ignorance, some of us may reach a new consensus on how we ought to be treating each other. Alyssa says, I don't like this. I don't like having someone else controlling my body, even for a moment. I feel violated. No one else is controlling your body, Brad sighs. That's not how it works. The drug creates localized telepathy with scrambled ego. Alyssa's brain is still controlling Alyssa's body. Alyssa's thoughts, to the extent that she has any, Dylan interjects, are still her own. The only difference is, now everyone experiences everyone's thoughts, and no one knows which set of thoughts is his own. Kat crosses her arms. I don't want to share my thoughts. Brad shrugs. Too late, I say. Don't do drugs. Conrad gets to his feet. He looks pissed off. I think Brad needs to have his ass kicked for pulling a stunt. No, Dylan says. Think about it. Our identities are all mixed together. If Conrad hits Brad, we all feel it equally. What's the point of that? Conrad thinks for a moment, then says, so we just wait until the drug wears off and then hit him? Kat glances at him. What if you're Brad? I ask. That stops him. And that's really the point, isn't it? There are 5 sets of consciousness here, but none of us knows which personality belongs to us. When the drug wears off, I'll be one of these people. But who? Right now, I'm Kat. The boys don't like me. They think I'm weird because I wear black and have my own ideas. They only let me hang around because I'm friends with Alyssa. She's more their type, pretty and popular, and I'm sorry to say it because she's my friend, vapid. She doesn't even notice when they make fun of her. But still, she's pretty, and looks are all that matter when you're a girl. Am I a girl? If so, let me be Alyssa, not Kat. I don't want to be Kat.